Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Yarn Chat. Today we are going to be talking about LionBrand jeans yarn. It is something that I used for a recent project, and I just want to explain why it's one of my favorite acrylics, and I'm also going to show you a couple of swatches so you can see how it works up. So grab yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a snack, and we will dive right in. Okay, so if you are not familiar with LionBrand jeans yarns, I know some of you guys are based in the UK or in Australia or in other European or Asian type territories. Yeah, you don't really have access to this, but I still think it's valuable information if by chance you are able to get your hands on some of this type of yarn. So first things first, it is a 100% acrylic yarn. It has approximately 246 yards or 225 meters worth of yarn. It's going to, let me see, this is the swatch that I have from a design that I made, but if you look closely, you can see that there are tiny little white flecks in the yarn, okay? And this yarn, one of the reasons why I love it for garment designs is because of the elasticity of the yarn. So this is my simple sweater top that I made, and I've already washed it and everything, and the stretch is just fabulous for this yarn. It has great shape maintenance. It has maintained its shape very, very well. A couple of other yarns that you could compare this to would be like Red Heart Super Saver Soft, which I have designed a couple of things with that. But over time, that particular yarn, the elasticity just gets less and less until it gets to the point that you have big gaping holes in your design, which none of us want that. We want to be able to keep the longevity of the yarn as long as possible. So this particular yarn doesn't have a ton of color options, which is kind of a bummer. They have, excuse me, the regular jeans colors, so like different dark washes. They have a black wash. They have kind of a bright thread color that you would see in any of your denim jeans, and then they have this lighter color, and then they do have a handful of actual colors. So they have kind of an aqua, they have a really bright pink, they have a mauve, kind of a good mixture between like a red and a burgundy, so more of like a candy apple red, and it is so incredibly soft. It's insane how soft this is. Let me turn the brightness down just a little bit. So if you look here in that, you can kind of see, let me cover up my face and see if it'll focus on that. So you can kind of see a little bit of the heathering happening right there. Let me take the sleeve off to see if you can see it a little bit more. But you can see just these little flecks of white going all through the yarn, which to me just makes it so, so beautiful. I just love it. And so this particular color is faded. And like I said, this is what I use to make my simple sweater. If I do remember correctly, I believe each skein is $4.99. If you are in the US and you have access to a Joann, I highly recommend utilizing coupons or any of the yarn sales that they have to get this at a cheaper price. It's going to be a little bit more expensive on the LionBrand website itself, so that's something to keep in mind. So look out for deals. LionBrand is always doing really good deals. Now the sunshine wants to shine in. LionBrand is always having really good deals, so for those of you who are in an area where they can ship to you, I recommend snagging yourself some because, like I said, this is such a great yarn if you plan on really wearing your piece a lot, if you plan on wanting to make some pieces that are good for transition. I like to call this a good transition yarn because it's thick enough that it will keep you warm if you are needing it to be a little bit protectant from the weather elements, but it is also lightweight enough so that as you're getting into spring in those beginning days of summer, you can still wear it. If you were wanting to create a summertime piece that has a really open kind of lacy stitch, something a bit like this, maybe not quite as dense, this is a great yarn for that. So I highly recommend this yarn. It is my absolute favorite LionBrand yarn. I just think that the versatility of the acrylic, this sunshine is just not going to be my friend today. The versatility of the acrylic is just so good, and while I do wish that there were more color options, and I hope and pray that they do eventually bring on more color options, I think you too will really enjoy it. And I'm sorry if you're in an area where you don't have access to this. Don't worry, I have a yarn review coming of a yarn by the company called Katya Yarns. I have had the pleasure of getting to work with it, and it is so nice and so beautiful and luxurious, and I know that that is an Italian-based yarn that those of you over on the other side can get access to. And so don't worry, be on the lookout for that. But like I said, if you happen to win a giveaway or something that is having this type of a yarn, definitely try to win it, because it's great. It's absolutely wonderful yarn. I really love it. I highly recommend it. And I do love LionBrand, but they do have some yarns that I'm not like super crazy about, and I'll just give you a hint at one of the other yarn reviews I'm going to do, and that is going to be the Color Made Easy yarn. This is one that people are kind of going bananas about right now, and I have kind of mixed thoughts on it, so definitely be sure to watch that video. And if you're not already and you would like to be, hit that button down below, subscribe, become a member of the Yarniacs family, and make sure you turn on post notifications. And I hope that that was helpful for you to know what to expect from LionBrand's jeans yarn. Again, I really love it. I think it's great for garments. It's so beautiful. It has great elasticity, longevity. Like I said, this is washed, and so it held up fantastically well. I guess one more thing that I'll say too. So if I can, very little pilling is happening. Very, very little. And that's another thing that's really awesome about the yarn. I will say, if I can find a spot, let me see. So here's one little spot where I didn't weave in the end. This is one of the dangers that you have. It will kind of come like unthreaded a little bit or unspun. It doesn't happen once the piece is worked up, but your end pieces, you really want to make sure that you get them really secure and really woven in, so that you, you know, don't have this happen and then all of a sudden your whole project comes unraveled. But if you're really good about weaving in your ends and making sure things are nice and secure and all of that good stuff, then you're not going to have an issue. But yeah, like I said, this is it. I really love it. I really love this yarn. It is one of my go-tos when it comes to garment design. So I hope that you are able to get your hands on some if possible and give it a try, and then let me know down below. If you have tried it, what are your thoughts on it? Do you like it as much as I do? If not, why? I would love to read your comments and just get some feedback from you all. And then also another thing that you can do down in the comments is comment with another yarn that you would like me to test out. It doesn't matter where it's from. I'll do whatever I can to get my hands on it. So just let me know down in the comments, and I will be sure to add it to my list of yarns that I am trying for Yarn Chat. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this little quick video giving you a little bit of a designer's opinion of LionBrand Jeans yarn. I hope that you're having a great day, and I hope you're having lots of fun making whatever it is you're making. You guys are so awesome and wonderful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.